Joe Tate will live to regret the day he lied to Dawn Taylor about the secrets from his past, insisting he had nothing left to hide. The ruthless businessman, never known for kindness, has stabbed people in the back and betrayed others so much over the past year that even his younger self would be ashamed, leaving broken families and chaos behind him. His excuse? Everything is acceptable in business. But Moira Dingle did not see it that way after Robert Sugden told her about Joe's part in her time in prison. When it comes to who has had the worst year in soap, and there are always many contenders, Moira is likely near the top of the list. The much-loved farmer lost her home, her farm, and her freedom after Joe, determined to take butlers, had Robert place IDs and passports belonging to victims of Celia Daniels' modern slavery ring on her property. The police were alerted, and Moira was arrested. She faced years in prison for modern slavery charges and also murder after the bodies of Celia and victim Anya were discovered on her land. Joe showed no remorse for his actions, while Robert made it his goal to win back Moira's freedom and succeeded. But unable to stay silent about their involvement in her imprisonment, Robert told Moira everything. After confronting him, she headed to Home Farm carrying a shotgun. Moira was furious, and understandably so. Not only had she faced years behind bars, but Kane received a cancer diagnosis while she was gone, meaning she could not support him or their sons during such a painful time, especially when his future was uncertain, and Kyle and Isaac feared losing both parents. Joe trembled with fear as he begged Moira not to pull the trigger. Graham Foster, who arrived during the confrontation, also urged her to think again. Dawn, meanwhile, was shocked when she entered Home Farm and saw the dramatic scene. She pleaded with Moira to lower the gun and revealed that she is pregnant with Joe's baby. The news stunned Joe. Having a child of his own was all he had ever wanted. Moira backed down, and Joe fed Dawn lies about what the farmer meant when she said he had taken everything from her. But Dawn's curiosity had grown, and her suspicions were rising. Dawn has been left shocked many times by how far her partner has been willing to go in order to secure business deals. Blackmailing Robert with a video of Victoria Sugden fighting for her life and later killing John should have been the final straw for Dawn, but she still agreed to give him one last chance on the condition that there were no more secrets left to reveal. Joe insisted there were none. But with Moira ready to tell Dawn about Joe's part in her terrible year, will Dawn realize that Joe Tate, who once stole a kidney from Caleb Milligan, is not the man she wants to be the father of her unborn child? With reports claiming Dawn actress Olivia Bromley is set to leave Emmerdale after 8 years, could her character leave the village with her and Joe's baby, keeping the child safe from his father's wicked behavior? Moira promised revenge as she stormed out of Home Farm, and telling Dawn could be the perfect way to make that happen, as it may begin Joe losing the picture-perfect family life he has always wanted. Is Joe finally about to face the consequences of his actions? Will he learn what it feels like to lose everything, just like so many others who suffered because of his schemes? Emmerdale unveils dramatic promo as 3 characters head to trial. Emmerdale has released an intense new promo video and image as 3 characters prepare to face trial. In upcoming scenes, Beowulf, his son Paddy Dingle, and Dylan Penders will appear in court, with one charged with murder and the other 2 accused of perverting the course of justice. A newly revealed promotional photo from the ITV soap shows all 3 characters standing in the dock, but who will end up being sentenced? The latest trailer, which is set to air after 10 p.m. on ITV, is already available to watch and offers viewers a preview of what lies ahead. Soap fans know that Bear recently killed his captor Ray during his distressing modern slavery storyline. After admitting to the killing, Bear is now waiting for trial. With courtroom scenes due to air on Emmerdale from Monday, 4th of May, a press release says, Beowulf killed his captor Ray and now stands in the dock charged with murder, but will the court understand what drove him to kill? After months trapped in modern slavery and pushed to breaking point, Bear protected his son Paddy and young Dylan from Ray's control, but will justice be on his side? Bear is not the only one facing court, as Paddy and Dylan are also charged with perverting the course of justice after being accused of helping to cover up Bear's actions. Speaking about the upcoming trial, actor Joshua Richards said there is trouble ahead for Bear, although he would happily remain on the soap long term. "If they want me to stay, I'd love to stay forever. I have no plans to retire. Emmerdale is, to quote Forrest Gump, like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get next," he said in an interview. "You also get to climb so many different mountains, and it is a lot of fun, but trouble does lie ahead for Bear. You don't know what the court will decide or whether they will catch him out. I know Bear would not cope in prison. He does not like that environment. He is not a criminal," he added. Moira ready to strike Joe Tate where it hurts most, as she plans ultimate revenge. Robert Sugden has confessed everything to Moira Dingle about how he and Joe Tate framed her in Emmerdale. And if there is one thing viewers know about Moira, it is that she will not accept it quietly. She has promised not to involve the police, but insisted that Kane would be told the truth. However, spoilers for later this week reveal that she chooses to take revenge into her own hands. On Monday, April 27th, Moira was still helping Robert at her old farm instead of being at the Dingle farm and getting involved there. The growing distance between her and Kane was becoming obvious. Robert felt guilty and objected when Moira insisted on helping him. Her kindness only made him feel worse about what he had done. He gave her a gift of framed photographs taken by Holly as a thank you, but Moira sensed he was hiding something. When he made a careless remark, she noticed immediately and demanded the truth. Robert could no longer keep the secret and admitted that he planted the IDs at her house, which led to her being sent to prison. He then explained everything about Joe Tate and the video he had of Victoria killing John Sugden. Heartbroken and furious, Moira ordered him to go to the police, or she would do it herself. Aaron later tried to calm the situation and confronted Moira. Fortunately, she had not yet had the chance to tell an already irritated Kane what she had discovered. Moira said she would not contact the police because Victoria was like a daughter to her, but she remained determined to tell Kane everything. On Tuesday night, April 28th, Moira changes her mind about telling Kane, fearing it would put too much pressure on him before his cancer surgery. When Aaron reminds her that Joe is the one truly responsible, Moira becomes furious. She heads to Home Farm carrying a shotgun and confronts Joe. Emmerdale airs on weeknights at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and is available to stream on ITVX.